So I read the whole New Testament out loud. Um,
Wow.
and when I read it out loud, there was this really weird thing that it kind of invoked in me, and it was ever so subtle until I got to the end. And when I got to the end, I I dedicated the last chapter to read on one whole day, and I sat there and I read the whole thing out loud, and I read it, and then I went into this deep meditation where I had the presence of God and Jesus turn up. Like it was
Mm.
it was a psychedelic meditation, and it was intense, like intense. And after that, it was like pretty hard to deny the existence of Jesus Christ and the continuation. And as I just randomly pick up books now, like this one, serendipitously, actually John Voight, the actor, um, gave me this one. So
Mm.
this autobiography of a yogi, actually I was wondering why he was reading it, right? Because he's a very calm, godly man. Like
Mm.
he's extremely, godly and connected. But, I got him to write in the front here a little note about it because I'd seen him with this book so much. He's like, I used to be an asshole. I used to be a Hollywood party boy, an
Love it.
asshole. I was rude to people. I didn't have time for people. I didn't have the way I'd interact with people and party and expect the world and treat girls and all that shit. He was just like, he goes, until I read this book. And now I carry it everywhere with me. Well, this book here is interesting at the overlaps of the way the Hindus see Jesus, because he's mentioned a lot in here, and God, and the way they have their own gurus and people in these energy wavelengths throughout history.
Mm.
So to come full circle back to the start of this conversation, how do I tie this into the heaviness of war and whatnot? Well, I've gone through this heavy, and it's ongoing, right? I intend to be on this spiritual journey and understanding more forever, the rest of my life, and always taking on the next step. Like and so far to date, the ayahuasca is where I really wrestled with the people the men that I killed and the death that I saw. That one was pretty intense. And then it happened actually again when I took ketamine and mushrooms together for the first time in a ceremony. And
Mm.
that there gave me full flashbacks and a process there. I didn't even know mixing them together was a thing until it kind of had explained. And then as a result of that, I went through all the full flashbacks and went through all the proper grieving for everyone that I saw die, and I'd never done. So again, when I'm ready, these things, God shows up and they will manifest in their own way. I don't fight them anymore. I don't resist them. I don't try to force my life and my path in capacity. I just have sort of an extreme amount of faith now in whatever journey I'm meant to be on. I'm on, and I follow like the breadcrumbs of God. So I did that, right? And I've gone through that healing, and to be honest, it's really weird because a couple of I wear my cross that I bought at the Vatican, randomly called to it. It's the simplest, most basic wooden cross there, right? On purpose. And I got this at the Vatican in 2018 or 19, really 19. I just gone over to Rome. A dear friend of mine is a prince, and he brought me into his knight's order in conjunction with the Vatican in Rome. And I just felt some really powerful presence there of that, of God in this ceremony, in this church. And I just felt like buying it, and I wasn't Christian, and I wouldn't say deeply of any capacity felt the presence or thought about God at all at that time. And I just got it. I had no idea why I got it. None. And I couldn't join the dots until probably a couple of months ago of why, maybe 2 or 3 months ago, of why I actually, till I did that meditation that I told you about at the end of the Bible. Like it was overpowering, like psychedelic journey, basically from sitting there, finishing the Bible and sitting there with it. It was intense. And so yeah, I've become a Christian, and I constantly looking at new ways to look at Christianity. Like this is basically Hindu text to a degree. And this one actually helps me make way more sense of Christianity than the Bible